When Justice Sh2m Kariuki walked into a Standard Chartered Bank Kenyatta Avenue branch in October last year, little did he and the bank know that the transaction they were about to execute would land them in the corridors of justice for a compensation row. So he bought 3 bankers' checks of an equivalent of 5.4 million shillings with which to purchase a choice Mercedes-Benz at the DT Dobby. But as fate would have it, the Standard Chartered Bank checks failed to clear, and DT Dobby, the sellers of the luxury car, declined to release it, frustrating the judge and reportedly injuring his reputation. Sh2m Kariuki held that the bank's action cost him considerable amount of distress, agony, mental torture, humiliation and contempt in the eyes of the public. The bank appears to have considered treating him unfairly and offered to console him with 2 million shillings as a sign of goodwill, but according to the judge, the amount was not worth his name. He is now in court seeking for more, even after the transaction cleared and the car purchased. Another judge, Nicholas Ombija, made a cool 2.5 million shillings in 2009 after a Milimani court ordered Kenya Commercial Bank to pay him damages over a Visa card that was rejected in a supermarket. Ombija was forced to return goods he had intended to purchase to the counters after the cashier reportedly informed him he did not have enough money in the particular account to pay for the shopping. He further claimed that the experience almost tore his family apart and he had to endure a lot, including denial of conjugal rights, because his wife thought he was a joker, and that is how he became 2.5 million shillings richer. So, how does one determine the worth of his reputation?
How you judge a man's worth, a man or a woman's worth, is just by looking at what he does. And in court, he really has to prove that, one, the report really was about him, and secondly, that it was publicized and that the publication as a result of damaging his reputation.
It is upon the complainant to prove to court that indeed the reception of the public has been influenced by the action.
The court really now has to balance between the freedom of expression and freedom of the press against defamatory words, because you have to draw a line. Where does the freedom of expression stop and where does the defamation begin?
Regardless of status, everyone has value, but that depends on the effects of the defamation on the person.
You can be defamed even when you don't have property, but then at the end of the day, your station in life, of course, will affect the amount of damages that you get. It's just like in an accident case. When you are slightly injured, you'll get lower injuries. When you are injured, for example, your backbone is broken, you will get heavy injury.
But the intention of the defamatory statement is also put into consideration before being awarded. So next time you're about to embarrass someone publicly, just put it behind the back of your head that the same could have adverse effects on your wallet. Ken Dagor, Obadiah Citizen, Business Center.